welcome back everyone to another episode of Timberborn with me, Dr. Munchkin. So last time, if you've been following along, we've been trying to beautify things and make beavers happy. So now we have the wind tunnel online. We have built this crazy contraption here. We were migrating power all the way out here with a new tube station to actually build the motivatorium, which will further increase our happiness. So we're up to 53. And the big thing that we're trying to complete today, and we will complete today, is this, the Earth Repopulator. So you can see there, we only need a few more treated planks. We do have enough in the tank to support that, as well as metal blocks. We have a bad tide approaching. Fantastic, shouldn't do anything to us. But we also do have plenty of metal blocks available for that endeavor. Now, if I look over here at our pine resin, it is starting to get a low, which is why we stopped cutting down these trees. We might need to try to squeeze in another farm somewhere else. I do not know on that front. We are kind of running out of room to do stuff. It's a very small map. We could actually build up and build platforms, but I think I need a dirt excavator to actually make usable land for that. Unsure. But yes, the plan today, go ahead and launch the Earth Repopulator, and that will conclude our Season 4 of Timberborn on this tiny little map. Now, version 1.0 is soon releasing. I don't actually know when that is coming out, but we do want to play that one. They added achievements to the game. They're not yet usable. I think on the experimental branch they are, but we play on the main branch. But they added lots of goodies. I've seen a little bit of the footage of that, and I am very, very much excited for it. And look at that. They have now kind of finished construction of getting all of the pieces together, and so now they just need to build the rest of it. But yeah, this bad tide, our diverter valve should not hurt us at all. Shouldn't be that long of a tide, and we should maintain a little bit of power as well. Logs, we're hurting for logs once again. Anyways, as we get into it, as always, if you guys like the content, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. With that, we are going to go ahead and see what's going on here. Do I have logs growing up? Okay, these logs are coming online shortly. At 98, 94, what about over here? Those are 40s, 50s, 80s. We might be able to get some logs shortly. We also have our forest down here. We've built lots of mighty oaks. Look at that, they're all starting to grow up, which is good, because we definitely need the logs. Now, we're not doing any more massive projects anymore, so the dam here that we built, which required a lot of resources, is complete. Right, we finished that a couple episodes ago. But yeah, we want these guys. They're already up to 88%, and the question is, how much of this do they need? I can't remember. And what is eating them? What is eating my treated planks? I know the mine would, but the mine is off right now. We're not building any irrigation barriers, are we? No, those are all complete as well. That should be on the rise and shouldn't really come down at all. Because I think, if I recall correctly, we needed something like 500 of those in order to launch this? I can't remember. It's been a while since we've played the Iron Teeth and launched it. Up here we did get more farming. So all of our other goods, we have 12,000 food. There's our mangrove fruits. And yeah, that is rising up, so we should be okay, I would suspect. Blogs are kind of holding. We didn't go down to 0, but we're not doing fantastic. And I do want this to be complete. That will use treated plank. Alright, so that will eat a bit of them. It's not the end of the world. And once the beavers are done with this, they will go ahead and build that. Because logs, I need 75. I am nowhere near that. That is a slight problem. Now, all of our logs are going into various bits. We are producing planks, obviously. Those planks go into gears, and they also go into treated planks. Right there. They also use for fuel that. They also fuel our engines. We use logs for everything. So it is very, very good to have a surplus of logs. It seems to be roughly fluctuating, but on the rise. We just need a steady stream of them. And it seems we are getting at least a bit of a steady stream. That's why you need to stagger everything as much as you can, because the more you stagger it, the better it is. Why is the network demand so high? Well, how much do you actually produce? Or consume, rather. 400! Well, that's quite a bit. Not gonna lie. Well, analogs once again. Eventually, we go through these cyclic processes where we get a crap ton of logs. Because like all these will start to grow up, as you can see here. But this bad tide is going to be starting tomorrow. Hopefully it's not a terribly long one. We're not even doing any research right now, so that's off. We could turn on an engine or two. We did get up to 22. It's not too shabby. And this is what we really need, is pine resin. Because if we are in need of more treated planks, which we're almost up to 200, very solid, so 200 plus that is about 500. That would be enough. I think they'll launch it. And obviously we're gaining those over time as well. But these trees are all coming online shortly, so we will start to get a small influx. How bad is this bad tide? 5 days. Okay. Well, the diverter valve works just fine. We're going to pump throughout all of this just because we can. This should stop. And production will decrease, but we are not terribly concerned about that. We're more concerned about completing the Earth Repopulator, which they are working diligently on. Now we have 15 beavers that are actually homeless. Fantastic. Not so much. Where can I fit a new house? Oh, we can put a house in here. Might as well. Housing. A large row house there. How about that? That'll be good. And of course, that's going to take up our stuff. You, normal priority, you are going to be higher than normal priority because I want to get rid of homeless beavers. And this is going to now be complete. Any second now. Any second. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so it does need treated planks and berries. Berries we have, treated planks we need. So they will be loading that up, per se, and they already built that? Okay, well I have no homeless beavers. I got 8 beavers without jobs. Are all these full? They seem to be. Not too shabby. Now, those 8 jobs, I could just turn the mine back on, which I'm going to need to. Oh, I think it's the other one that's, I believe it's the folk tales. You can actually just mine for science, which makes it really nice. Now, this is a little bit of an issue. We do lose some of our trees. Didn't realize that, and we do still use some of our bushes. I guess it migrates in through there. Not the end of the world, those are coffee, but we maintain the blueberry bushes, which I'm happy about. This, yeah, we're working towards that. Now this guy will be built very expeditiously. Now the network is consuming a lot of power, and that only makes it worse. That will further increase things. We do need to keep hopefully injuries down. Yeah, we do have only 2 beds available. We're not building any more breeding pods. That would not be a good thing to do, because we can't sustain that. This map being very small, it has been a little bit of a challenge to fit everything. I really kind of like the raised platform system we have going over here to build up more of our industrial center, especially because power could just be migrated up right into here, and we got the tube network flowing around and used all that. But this should get us more scrap, which it is. We have a lot of logs are on the rise, which is good. And resin is holding. How much do I have in here? 150. So we really need I don't need metals. So we can actually pause the smelters for now, because I do use a little bit of energy. Explosive factory shouldn't really be doing anything, because I think I'm full on explosives. Yeah, those are all 200. So that should not be doing anything whatsoever. Over here, though, do I need gears? I actually don't need gears, but are you actually running? You are. So let's pause you. Pause you. How are we doing on canola oil? Well, we have tons of it. And I don't really need you running right now. That was 200 horsepower that I don't need. So what is our efficiency up to now? 47%, not bad, but you know what we're going to do? We're just going to go ahead and activate a few of these guys. See what the power comes up to. Okay, there we go. Now we're at least meeting demand. We'll turn everything back on once we are able to get the bad tide over with. There we go. Words are hard. But once the bad tide's over with, we will be able to continue our endeavor there. We do have nearly 8,000 water, so these guys aren't really pumping, which is fine. We should last us just perfectly fine. And we did get a bunch of scrap, but I turned the smelters off, so that's just more of just storing that. And eventually they'll stop. Do have one unemployed beaver. Really? Oh, it's because I paused all of the other ones. Believe it. And we have plenty of extract for that. Our detailers are doing alright. They require power as well. The network at night... Oh, well, these guys always run continuously. It's paid to the present. I do really hope that... I haven't seen anything about kind of logic gates to say run this always at night or the off cycle, because all the workers stop working, so we're not using power here, just automatically diverting it rather than micromanaging the system. I don't know if they'll ever add that. I would love to have that. At least for those type of facilities and these, right? Because you could have that cycled as well, where it's like peak times or some way have a schedule for the beavers. Let's check on this. We do need another 300. How many do we have in here? 290. And then these guys should still have some in there. Yeah, he has 8 pine resin, 7, and 3. So we just barely have enough if we were to capitalize and use all of our pine resin to create that. And oh my gosh, they are getting some scrap out of that. I didn't realize how fast that would go. Well, we don't need it right now, so I am going to pause it, hopefully to bring that down, to bring this up, because we are up to 55. Wet fur bonus. We could build some more wet fur. We do have a clock. I could build another clock. Up here. Maybe. Again, running out of space. If I put it there, it only gets that one house. And that, I mean, we could put it, yeah, I don't know. Let's try to find something else we can more easily do. The mud bath. Well, I'm not doing that. Scratchers. We could try to add a scratcher. 57, new goals. There's a scratcher. Let's see if there's a spot that we can't shove you in it. I'm looking and it's just like, we've kind of filled out everything. Ah, no. Oh, we can do some stuff over here. Probably some contemplation spots as well. Detailer, no. We could add a detailer over here. Could. Should. Maybe? Well, shouldn't have built that one if I was going to. But what we could do is do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, and then come over here and get a detailer. just make you special. So if you come to the Motivatarium, you can also get your tail kind of stamped. It did use treated planks though, which I shouldn't have done. Metal fencing. How many planks do I have? Oh, I got tons of planks. We could kind of beautify this up a little bit if we wanted to. And I have tons of logs, so we're going to do a little bit of that. I'll grab a brazier just to kind of light that up. Grab some wooden fencing, like so, just so it's a little pretty. And then we'll go ahead and add, that's probably fine. There we go. So that will be used, we'll get a little bit more happiness out of that. One building needs water? Oh, it's because we're still in the bad water. Well, once it's over with, this will be automatically refilled. It will dump out of there and then close off and gradually fill up. We're up halfway now, 260. I check on you, 260. We do have enough pine resin, and there's even more over here. So that gives us 2, and so each of those is effectively 2 planks. But with that returning, we can turn all this back on, start eating up our resources. Again, a homeless beaver? Why? I guess they're living so long that we're causing them to just be like, oh, more beavers will be made. I could actually make one here. Another row house. We could do that. That should be built super fast because we have crazy amounts of wood. That handles that. Alright, coming back over here, we will go ahead and just turn these back on because we do have the power to run everything. We can even start crunching this if we wanted to, just because the network, once this water flows, should be more than enough with all these engines running. And we can actually probably just leave them running because we are not really utilizing our logs for much. You can see here, this is closed. And then eventually it'll just open, close, and then spill at the top. But that's the nice thing, is the system's automatic. If the water dips low enough, the sluice just opens up and fills it up. And these guys will pump and drain it, and it just kind of keeps in equilibrium. Just a larger water tank, basically. Okay. What else? Another 200 left on that. And then that will be grand and be done. Oh, all of this died? Oh, I think it's because we have that. Question is, how would I stop it? Because that is a dirt block. I need dirt blocks. So if I went to landscaping, I would need a terrain block, which requires dirt, which requires you, and you require the things that I need in order to launch. The treated planks, mind you. Also, this thing is huge, right? So I'd have to figure out, like, I could put it up here. Actually, I could put it up here. I would just need to... That's a very long way to go. But we could dynamite this out and run power from that way. That is a little bit of ways. And then it's just to stop a little bit. Like once the water's flowing, we have plenty of good water to be able to handle that. Okay. Are you guys running still? Yeah, 100%. Every 3 hours we get 1. Or actually we get 3. So at that rate, we'll have it in no time, right? Plenty of beds. Oh, I could actually build some stuff in here too. Here. Cut trees. Cut you. Destroy the tree. Cut it down. Literally as they went on break. We could get To increase more happiness. That's going to add a lot, and it covers everybody. A campfire. I can fit a campfire in there, right? No, oh, yeah. I could have. That wasn't there. It's the rooftop terrace that I was thinking about. That has to be... It has to be above ground, so I can put it up there. Can't put it there, which is where I would actually like it. Can I build scaffolding over the top of you? What a double. Really? You can't build scaffolding there. Can you build a platform? Yes. So I could do one of these. And then do a little bit of rooftop terracing right there. Get my pathing set back up. I also love how everything gets instantly built because we have so much going on. Oh, that's right, we built these campfires to help. They just need to take the tube network, and it's really not that far. 33, they could all take that. Now, what is your range? Your range covers all that, which includes all the beavers. And we only need about 120 left. They are working quite diligently to complete that for us. But yeah, small map. Now, this is not the smallest map, mind you. I think this is double the size of the smallest map. If we were to have done the smallest map, that would have been absolutely insane. We would have had to do a lot more of this, but a lot more vertically. I probably would have invested a lot more into the dirt excavator put on the ground level, and then we could build terrain blocks and have forest above ground on top of kind of these structures. We would have needed a mine very quickly though in order to get all that metal in order to support all that, because this was exceedingly expensive to build. Like these things, if you look at them for pathing, that's 90 metals, 30, and the overhangs, they're like, oh yeah, but 12 metals, 36 logs, 36 planks, they're very, very expensive to build. We didn't actually unlock all that stuff either. And the network, we're producing enough to satisfy everything. And we're holding on the logs. If I tab, you know what we can actually do? We're not near capacity on any of that. Come around the backside over here. Just make you some logs, you logs, and you logs. Because I don't even know what my storage is. 900. 900 is more than enough. One of the achievements that they added, though, is effectively to launch 3 of these simultaneously, 3 of the wonders, which, in my opinion, is absolute insanity. And we would need to build a super world in order to do that. But Season 5, obviously, I want to hope we can do it on the 1.0. And I was planning on doing it on hard. I don't know how well that's going to go. Haven't tried hard yet. And the other thing is, with all the updates, I don't know how much has changed that would make that more difficult for us. We're up to 57 on the old happiness. We got another rooftops terrace. Roofs! I could add roofs if I can get to them. Don't know how many roofs I can get to though. This one might be able to be created, so decorations, roof. I think they can build it from there. Because beavers can build down. I'll have to see tomorrow if that does get built. And then they did build it. Nice. So that got a nice little addition. These I'd have to actually build a bunch of scaffolding to get up to. Be an annoyance, rather. Lanterns are fine. Shrubs. We could add some more shrubs and beaver busts. The clock thing is what gets me. I really just want to add another clock. That first one is right here, so it covers a lot of them, but not all of them. We could do that to get that pathway, and then I just need something. We could do that. And yeah, because I can build that, and that should get things a bit better. And then up here, don't really have a means to put it, other than over here, and it kind of gets useless over there. Also like this thing. Oh, that's right, this thing takes like 600 horsepower. We could have turned that off to help preserve things. How are we doing over here? We only need a quick 40 more. That's probably another day, because they work 16-hour days. 16 times 3, that's 48. So that is more than enough to support that. And the mine is off, so we shouldn't be burning any of them. And happiness, yeah, the mud baths would have helped. Scratchers and swimming pools. And I could add some scratchers over here, but we don't really use a lot of scratchers. Something like that. And the swimming pool, I would need to figure out where to put that. I could put one here, but it would have to be... Problem is the water's not high enough. We'd almost have to start blocking things off. Or put a bunch of sluices here. But then this also dropped down, so it's just... It's... At this point, it is not feasible to do that. Alright. You guys should be making enough of these treated planks today. We have more than enough berries to actually even go for a second launch. It's just the treated planks are a very, very late game resource. I believe the Folktales just needed paper, and I can't remember the second resource that they needed, but I don't recall it being as intensive. Because paper you can just get from a paper mill. I think you just give out logs or planks and it just makes it, so it's very, very quick. And we can build a lot of them, and they produce a lot very quickly. I remember us being completely full. But we're going to be here now, and now we can launch it. So we're instantly up to 64 happiness, and you can see here, it just turns, and we launch to repopulate the Beaver world. Ta-da! As the bell rings in the evening, we have beavers launching around. 65 now, because the beavers are coming in. And now that closes, and we should be complete. Here we go. Alright, so flexible start unlocked, wonder path complete, iron teeth once again. And this is what we went ahead and did. Took us 398 days, nearly 400. Beavers born, 510. Water consumed, lots of water. Tails painted, trees cut, teeth broken, bots, none, dynamite. We did a lot of landscaping. But yeah, that is going to do it for Season 4. And we keep going up in happiness. How much did that actually give us? Yeah, look at that, plus 8.9. And it didn't even get all of them. It's supposed to reach all of them. If I launched it at night, I think it would have. But more beavers growing up. We still have some room available for people, 18 beds. It's been a fantastic season. I really enjoyed the challenge and building everything so tight. And I'd be inclined to do it again at some point, maybe even on the smallest map. But again, that will do it for today. I will catch you guys at the next one with the beginnings of Season 5. Dr. Munchkin, signing out.